So today we're going to be talking about direct mail. And in our journey for our 6 core strategies for building your business in any market, direct mail is one of those pieces that are going to help you in those categories of building your brand. And I like direct mail because it's one, you have a lot of control in direct mail. There's a lot of creative things that you can do with direct mail. And in today's presentation, what we want to be going through is what is direct mail, how to use direct mail, how do you design direct mail, and what companies are you going to be using to get direct mail out. So hopefully by the end of this presentation, you're going to be a little bit more confident in how to use direct mail. I really believe that a lot of real estate agents use direct mail, but give up on it very quickly. But if used correctly, I think it can really grow your business. So let's get into the why. The why use direct mail. One is you have a really good audience. 42.2% of mail is read by the consumer. I mean, that's pretty good. And this is directly from United States Postal Service. So 42.2% of mail is read or scanned. You get a 5.1% response rate. And if you compare that to email, SEO, and social media with 0.06% response rate, you're getting a better response through mail. So we look at all these things. You're getting better views. You're getting better exposure. You're getting your brand out there. You're getting better response. Why aren't we doing this? And I think a lot of people, and the answer why a lot of real estate agents don't do it is they don't get the instant results. And what we're looking at in our business, a lot of real estate agents they want that instant gratification. I pay for something, I want it to return, and I want it to return right now. Direct mail is one of those pieces of your business that takes time to build. Geographical farming, it takes time to farm neighbors. Circle prospecting, you're really helping build your brand through circle prospecting. It takes time to get those prospecting to work, and we're going to show you here today how we can achieve that through direct mail. Now, how do realtors use it? We just talked about geographical farming. One of the 6 core strategies to building your business in any market. Geographical farming, you take a neighborhood, farm it over 12 months, send 12 to 14 pieces of mail out to that neighborhood over 14 months, trying to take over and being the realtor for that neighborhood. Circle prospecting, you got an event that happens, a buyer, a seller, open house, whatever it may be in a neighborhood, do a radius of that home, send mail out. Announce what you're doing or what you have achieved in that neighborhood, whether it's a new homeowner, a new sale, a new contract, new listing, new open house. Use circle prospecting to get your brand out in front of the consumer. I mean, for me personally, if I wasn't in the real estate business, I want to know who's doing all the business around me. That's the person that I'm going to hire. Somebody's doing the open houses. The person is sending the flyers out. The person that you see working in the neighborhood is the person you're going to want to do business with. Sending out mail to past clients, some really good ideas. I mean, sending out market reports, letting people know what's going on in their area. Sending out CMAs. You got brand exposure, helps establish a local presence. Brand exposure, we are a brand. Every realtor is a brand. Every agency is a brand. How are we branding ourselves? Brand advertising, it's like over time, it's you see something, Nike started out with just do it many, many years ago. People rarely heard about it. And then over time, the marketing that you see the commercials, Michael Jordan wearing the brand. Next thing you know, that brand is just an everyday household brand. And it's the same thing you got to look at with real estate. How are you going to grow your everyday household brand if you're not doing the things to become the household brand? And that's why I really like direct mail, because it's going to help you get your brand, get your exposure out. On the last category is social proof. Social proof means that there's proof that's already happened in the neighborhood. You get a flyer where your neighbor sold their house with X realtor. They got, and that flyer says you sold it above list. You sold it in a certain amount of days. Well, there's proof that realtor has had success in that sale or with that neighbor. And what you tend to want to do is, okay, if my neighbor used that person and they had success, then I want to use that same agent. That's one of the reasons you got to get, when you're doing these events, everybody looks at, okay, I received a commission on my sale. Now what do I do with it? You go use mail to get more business, to get more paychecks, to get more closings. You have a sale in a neighborhood, whether it's a buyer or a seller. A buyer, you may send out to the neighborhood, hey, I just sold this house in this neighborhood and I'm working with more buyers in the neighborhood. If you or your neighbors are looking to sell, let me know. I have more buyers that want to be in your neighborhood. So there's a lot of different things that you can do to build your mail. And there's a lot of different ways these are the core strategies. The one thing is be creative though. Just don't follow what everybody else is doing in the market. Now, these are the top effective strategies to build your ROI in direct mail. Now, they're not listed in any kind of category, like number one is the best way. These are just 10 different ways that you can build a market through direct mail. Just listed, you just listed a new home. One of the things I like to do with just listed is not send these just listed out after you listed the house. Get those out before you list the house. You want to be the first one to send information out. You want it to be the first contact. Oh my gosh, my neighbor's house is on the market. I was down my beach house, and I think I said this in one of my previous videos, is that I didn't even know the neighbor's house was on the market. But if I saw that flyer come in and it was my neighbor's house on the market and I didn't know it was on the market, I'm looking at that. Like, I'm looking at how much is it priced for? I'm looking at the photos. I might go to the website. Contact the realtor. If I had a friend or family member that was looking for that information, what does a postcard have? It has that information. What it's priced at, who the realtor is, your realtor's cell phone number, realtor's office number, realtor's email. So just list is a great way of, when you're listing homes, but don't wait till your house has been in the market for 2 weeks before you're sending that mail out. Open house. That's all about having a strategy in place. Open house is another great way of sending out to the neighborhood. We're going to have an open house. Tell your friends and family, your coworkers. Just like when you list a home, there should be a full strategy in place. All right, we're getting photos done today. Then we're going to take the photos. We're going to create these 3 flyers. The first flyer that's going out is the just listed. The next one's going to be the open house. And I already have prepared your sold, because we're going to sell your house. I'm going to prepare those postcards up front. The only information we're going to need at the end before that is what we sold it for, how many days on the market we sold it for. Next is neighborhood statistics. You're farming a neighborhood, send out stats. What are the most recent homes that sold in their neighborhood? What's going on at the market? What are the national statistics? What are the local statistics? What's going on with interest rates? Send out statistics. People love that. People love to know what's going on in the real estate market. The next is home maintenance tips. Another one for circle marketing, great for geographical farming. What's going on? Like things that people should be doing to their home. This is the time of year to change out your air filters. This is the time of year that, you need to go around and check all the caulking around your windows. Think about the most common things that come up in home inspection, those little nuances that like nobody wants to put into a report because they're small, but those things are always annoying to put in there, to ask, or, if you're in the listing out, you're really making me do this. So those little maintenance tips, things that come up common in home inspection, send them out as tips. Fix these things in your home. Next is any kind of niche products or programs that you're working with, whether it's like down payment assistance or, if you have some cool seller or buyer niche products that you're sending out, hey, that's your program. Maybe it's a program that you're selling, you're going to sell the homes at a discount if they buy with you. It might be like, some sort of agent type promotion, piece. Agent promotion is one in itself. You may send out flyers that just talk about you as an agent, what you've done, what you've accomplished as an agent. Because, you're, even though you're kind of bragging about yourself, people don't want to work with a realtor that has no experience. And what you could be bragging about is how many 5-star reviews, how many homes you've sold. People, that's important. And especially if you're farming or doing circle prospecting and people see, hey, they just held an open house, just got their open house flyer. Here's the statistics on this agent. Wow, what you mean? This person sells a lot of real estate. I want this agent to sell our house. There's many different ways you can do buyer leads. Buyer leads, whether you're looking for first-time home buyers, repeat buyers. You can send out a lot of information about the buying process. Sellers, two most common with sellers is a valuation, get a free valuation. I think those kind of like a little maybe overplayed in the market. Or it could be, sell your home, for less, or we have buyers looking in your neighborhood. I like that one because it's like, hey, we have buyers that are looking in your neighborhood. We just lost out on an offer and we're looking to pay a premium. If any of you or any of your neighbors are looking to sell, let me know. I think it's a great way. Well, hey, I'm looking to sell my home. If you have a buyer, let's go. Any kind of buyer or seller guides, people that want more information about the processes, another cool little strategy you can put together on. And that would be like, fill out information to get a free, guide, 10 steps on how to buy a home, or, top tips to preparing your house to sell. You can have different guides that you can put together. They're very simple guides. People are going to fill out their name, phone number, and address, or email address. They're going to fill out that information on a landing page. Next thing you know, you may have a buyer or seller that lands on that page. So these are effective different pieces that you can put together as far as your marketing strategies. Now, there's two different methods of delivery. There's and these are for large campaigns. If you're just sending out mail to a previous list of clients, hopefully that's a large campaign. Hopefully you have a lot of previous clients. But we're talking about really just blanketing the market. I mean, when we're talking about larger campaigns, sending 500 to 1,000 plus pieces of mail out at a time, you have two different ways of doing it: standard direct mail or every door direct, or EDDM mailing. Your standard direct is kind of more, you're going to have companies that are going to give you full service. They're going to help you design. They're going to help you create a list. They're going to help you print. They're going to help you mail those pieces out. So it's, the agent that I'm not really creative. I want to do mail. I don't want to put a lot of effort in the creative side of creating postcards, but I want to get mail out. That's a good way for you. It's easy. There's a lot of different companies we'll go over that handle more of that direct mail. Then you have the agent saying, look, I just want to blanket the market. I want to get a lot of mail out, and I want my mail to be big in front of you. And I want that. I'm going to send a couple thousand pieces of mail a month. There's the every door direct mail, which is a much more affordable way for sending out massive amount of mail to the consumer. Now, if we look at the difference between the two, direct mail versus every door direct. Direct mail requires a mailing list. You have to have a list of clients, their name, their address. A lot of companies charge you for those lists. You can prepare, if you're doing it more on your own, you can prepare those lists through using data on the MLS. Direct mail has postcard size restrictions. Actually, really no restrictions, but as you get bigger, they do become more costly. You have 4x6, 3.5x5, 5x7. So you have a lot of different size postcards. But as the postcards get bigger, the postcards cost more. Now, with the every door direct mail, postage is the same across the board. And the flyers have to be of a certain size. Have to be greater than 6.5 inches in the height, and then the width can't be more than 15, but it has to be greater than, I think, 12. So you can look up the EDDM. We'll do a whole video on just every door direct mailing with all the details, but it has to be larger print flyers or postage. The average response rate, direct mail has a little bit lower response rate, but I think it has a lot to do with because you're more standard postcards. Your postcards can be lost in the mail as people are shuffling through, where every door direct mail, it's big, it's bulky, it's in your face. A lot of it's, you can really do a lot of creative things, and it being like a little bit newer strategy as sending mail. People have some pretty cool and creative mail pieces that they're throwing out that are really catching the eye of the consumer. And on the mail rates, the mail to send it out, a standard postcard is about 40 to 50 cents, where, every door direct is between 18 and 19 cents. So when you look at that, 40 cents to 18 cents, 19 cents costs half, it's half the cost to go with every door direct. So if you're looking at per 1,000 pieces, direct mail could cost you $400 to $500, where every door direct is $180 to $190. Direct mail, you're going to find that, most of the companies that you're working with, it's going to be full service. They're going to handle everything for you. Every door direct, they have full service. you can save about 50% by doing it on your own, and it's really easy. So when you look at it, everybody has their own strategy, how they want to work. Both are really good strategies. One just costs a lot less, but you can find a lot of different companies out there that will handle these campaigns for you. Like Wise Pelican, Prospect Plus, those are two full service companies that will do everything for you. They'll help you in the creation. They're real estate related. They have a lot of templates. The only thing that I look at, my only big concern with those is that if people are also using those same postage in your neighborhood, you're sending out a flyer that basically has just another agent's name and picture on it. You might have received the same flyer before. So being more creative and doing things on your own, not that it's a bad thing. It's probably not very common that they're receiving the exact same postcard. But Wise Pelican and Prospect Plus have a lot of their own templates. Be creative with their templates when you're sending those out. I think they'll be really, really good. The Postcard Mania, Vistaprint, Uprinting, they're more postcard type companies. Those companies have a print option. They have direct mail options. You would have to be a little bit more creative in creating your content on those. They also do have templates. They're not strictly real estate related. But you have a lot of options there in printing. Every Door Direct companies, you have Every Door Direct Mail. Actually, when we were down in the city, when we were working out at Fells Point, one of their office locations was next door. They're actually really good people. They have a great product. You have Got Print. That's my go-to in printing. A lot of my printing that I do, I like Got Print. It's easy, it's simple, they're affordable. Primo Print, same, they're great. Every Door Direct, they've really good print. Their material looks great. You're going to use an Every Door Direct if you're doing it your own. The United States Postal Service.com, Postcard Mania, another I found good print company. So if you're printing these flyers or want to do EDDM on your own, Postcard Mania is another company that you could use that's very good in print and sending those out. Now, the design part. The design part is really, I think, the most important thing. There's two things that are important in mail. Be committed, be consistent, but also be creative. The content that you're sending out there has got to be different. It can't be the same as everybody else's. And being creative, you have to think about like your audience. If you were to receive the flyer that you're receiving, what are you going to do with it? And it's super important that you want to have the flyer that is just standing out. Everybody wants to, people are going to view it. They may even laugh, so you got to make sure that the content that you're sending is going to be viewed. And here's a couple examples of pieces that I sent out. The first one, the pink one, fuchsia. If you peace out landlord. You got a lady that's saying peace out. A lot of people renting right now, frustrated with the rents. This one's we're sending these out to neighborhoods that majority of the neighborhood are rental properties, whether apartment complexes, rental units, but the majority of the neighborhood is in a rental category. So we're going to send this out to every consumer, and sending that out, we're going to have a scan code, learn how to, zero money down. It's more of our DPA, land on the DPA site. The next one we have over, I would say this is a little Ben Love Jr. over here, cute baby on here, wearing a cool out hat. And, it's like got the O face, like, whoa, what's going on? My house would sell for what? This is a flyer we just recently started sending out. Home values are up. So it's really important that you're getting that material out to the consumer so they can see, scan that, connect on your site, get a home valuation. The next flyer is we have home buyers. This is a strategy that there's home buyers that are looking in neighborhoods that can't find inventory, can't find the house that they want. So you're sending this flyer out to a neighborhood that has a lot of sales, but homes are selling quick, means there's a lot of buyers looking in there. So there's a lot of neighbors who are also thinking, hey, I want to get in this. I want to sell my house, and these homes, my neighbor's house just sold for way over a list. Maybe this is a good time for me to sell as well. By sending this flyer out, hey, we have a buyer. We're not looking to list your home, but we have a buyer. They lost out on a couple homes in your neighborhood. They're willing to pay a premium. And guess what? You don't have to go through the whole process of listing your home, photographing your home, getting thousands of people through your home. So cool marketing strategy. The backside that I have with me and Joe Salem on there just shows you, some of the flyers I sent out is just my information. Joe and I are co-branding the Peace Out Landlord. So you can add this. You can share in the expense with a lender or a title. That's one of the good things about mail. It's affordable, plus you can share in it. Be creative. Have somebody that's going to work the system with you. One, it keeps you motivated that there's somebody there. Like days where I'm like, oh man, I forget about the next steps of sending out that Peace Out my neighborhood. Joe's on the phone like, hey, what are we doing? What do we got to do next? So having somebody in there that's working the marketing pieces with you is going to keep you consistent, but keep you on track to making sure you're getting this mail out. I'll be creating a lot of different templates like you see here and putting those into our company site that you can just use those in Canva or different apps that you have that you can create these content. So a lot of what I'm putting in place here is built in Canva. And anytime you're in there, you have any questions or want me to review content, let me know. But I'm going to put these in the Canva as templates so that you can just download those, put your information into it, maybe change up some of the colors, be creative with them on your own, so you can have these ready to be sent out. Next that we look at is creative tools. Creative tools out there, we have Canva.com. You can set up a free account. Great site. I mean, gosh, I wish I had this in real estate many, many years ago. I mean, Canva is really cool. It's almost like you don't need to know Photoshop. It makes Photoshop very simple. The consumer has the ability to just be a graphic designer at your fingertips. And honestly, like they've really made graphic designing easy enough for grandma to use. It's really cool. It's creative. You can use it more than just with real estate. But it's a really cool site that you can use. You can set up a free account. If you're using a lot, the premium version, check out the premium, what's added into the site. I use premium. They add a lot of different videos and content that you can use that the free site doesn't have. So it's kind of cool if you want to upgrade your accounts as well. Fiverr, if you're not creative, you struggle just really coming up with content, but you want to save some money and when you do this on your own, Fiverr is a cool site that will create postcards for you. You would upload any kind of information you want to put on a card, photos, images. They'll design the postcard for like $15 or $30. Really affordable, cool ways of designing your content. Visme is like more of a business version of Canva. I use Visme a lot. I use Visme to make the presentation that we're looking at right now. So Visme is a cool site too. I'm pretty sure they have a free account. Not 100% sure there. Etsy, if you're looking for templates that you want to buy to load into Canva, Etsy is loaded with thousands and thousands of postcards and content for realtors that you can use in your everyday business. Etsy is amazing and it's very, very cheap. You can buy templates in some cases for $2, $3, $4. So Etsy is really cool. Check it out. It loads right into Canva within seconds. And then all my print, like if I'm looking for download, like I'm downloading postcard sizes or a lot of my print that I do for my mail or around the office, I love gotprint.com. I think gotprint.com, very affordable. They print it fast. It's still, the shipping's quick and the content looks good. So everything that I've printed, I've never had never was really sending things back in Gotprint. There was maybe one time they made an error on a business card, but other than that, I think Gotprint's been awesome. It's really affordable. There's a lot of different print companies out there. I just have had good experience with them. So it might be somebody that you want to use in your creative side. Next is the do-it-yourself EDDM. You can save up to 50% on doing the mail yourself, and it's very easy. The first thing you're going to do is you saw the screen of some postcards that I designed. You're going to pick a design. You're going to design it. You're going to print that material. What you're going to do is you're going to go to the United States Postal Service website. You're going to go into the EDDM, Every Door Direct Mail portal. You're going to check out the routes. Where are you going to send your routes? And this is where you're going to use those routes with, your Bright MLS. What neighborhood are you sending that in? And right inside of the United States Postal Service, you can put the address of where you're trying to send your content. And it's going to tell you all the different routes. So a route there's a postal employee that walks that or drives that route and delivers the mail to all those properties. Basically what EDDM does is that postal route puts one of your flyers in each house that they're delivering on that route. So it makes it a lot cheaper than putting that standard postage on there. So what you're going to do is, now that you printed, let's say you're doing, 950 pieces of mail. If you're doing 950 pieces of mail, you're going to do bundles. You're going to do 10 bundles. And you're going to do 9 of 100, and you're going to do 1 of 50. And what you're going to do is you're going to put a cover letter on each one of those. It's very self-explanatory. And I'm going to load a video as well, the video that I watched that completely explained EDDM to me in a couple minutes. You're going to bundle those up. You're going to pay for your route at the postal office, or pay for it in advance prior to going to the post office. If you pay for it in advance, it tells you exact post office that you're going to deliver this to. You take your bundles with your prepaid postage, and you're going to take your box of 950 flyers in your bundles to the post office. You're going to step up to the counter. They scan it. They take your box. Within a day or two, your flyers are at the doorstep of those 950 residences. And you're doing that at a pretty affordable rate. So when we look at it, how affordable is it? Look at some of your ROIs. And I did a piece of a neighborhood around our office. It was 1,905 pieces of mail on the route at 19 cents to print. That's a little bit high. It was $361 at 1,905 printed. And that's 6.5 by 12 postcards, around 10 cents. We're looking at $550. And that's sending out mail to 1,900 residences. At 42%, people reading it, you're looking at 842 people are actually reading your postcard. Out of those 1,900, you're getting a response rate of 5.1%. Almost 100 people are responding. They're signing up on your website. They're clicking through on a QR code. That is really, how much money do you have to spend on Realtor.com to get response rates of almost 100 people? And let's just say you're looking at, $550 is really expensive. Let's break that down to 500 pieces. At 500 pieces at 19 cents for mailing, it's $95. 500 printed at 6.5 by 12 postcards at 10 cents is $50. A total spend of $145. You're getting out 42% of those people are reading it. So 211 people are reading your postcard, and you have a response rate of 25 people for $145. I can tell you right now, there's no marketing out there outside of mail that you could do that. You can get that response rate for that cheap. So we look at it, that's a good response rate. And that's doing it on your own. If you were going out and you wanted to do double these numbers, and that's what it would cost if you have a company that's doing it for you. So, if you're like, man, if I can send 500 pieces out and it's $300, I'd rather just spend the $300, let them design it, let them, or you have to do a little bit of the design for it. Let them do all the work for it. But you can also see that if you're spending a lot of money, if you're doing a lot of mail, that's, doing it yourself, you can save a lot of money, and it's really not hard. So I'm going to upload, some more content. I'm going to get this content loaded on the real estate site. But I'm going to put a lot of information, and I'm going to do another video when I'm sending out my next EDDM, probably next week or the week after I'm sending my next mailer out. I'm going to video the process just so you guys can see, how easy it is to send the direct mail out. So I appreciate it. Any questions you guys have on this content, hopefully this helps you out. Mail's awesome. I want to see you guys, having a lot of success with mail. And like I said, any questions you have or design questions you want me to go over, let me know. I'm always here to help you guys out. But I really want you guys to dominate this market. So getting mail is going to be an awesome piece that's going to really help you build your business.